Here again with another Lucifer Season 2 episode review video. Before I get into that, though, pretty important, if you weren't caught up to the point where I am, if you're watching Lucifer, or you're just not entirely sure, then you definitely need to take the initiative and pay attention to the episode's title, which of course I'll mention, as well as put in the description. If that happens to be the case and you're not caught up, it would be my recommendation that you don't watch this video any further to avoid any potential spoilers. And of course, this episode was a first-time watch for me. This will be Lucifer Season 2, Episode 8. The title of this episode is called Trip to Stabby Town. And this will be my review, reaction, recap after just finishing watching the episode, I don't know, about 5 hours ago or so. We start with a happy, upbeat music tone until a woman is tackled off a bike, chased, and eventually murdered. And she was stabbed to death multiple times. We see that Lucifer has a session with Dr. Linda Martin, and she wants to know how Lucifer tortured Hitler. Lucifer was worried that he might not ever see her again after what, he was honest with her, and she freaked out. Dr. Martin says Maze, of all people, or demons, was the one that convinced her that, And then Lucifer tells Chloe that Dr. Martin is useless right now. Saved by the douche. For some reason, when that line happened, I immediately thought of the Saved by the Bell song. I don't know why. Maddie Howard was our victim. She was stabbed 19 times to be exact, says the douche. Most likely a crime of passion. And Ella Lopez says evidence does not lie, and the killer was very strong. Someone caught an image of the killing in a photo. How did anybody not see this person tackle her off the bike and all that? And the killer used the knife of his Azrael, and Lucifer believes the weapon of the Angel of Death is now in human hands. Lucifer tells Maze and Amenadiel this. Maze doesn't want to help. As I remind you, I have a job. The detective can't be a part of this investigation. Lucifer needs a favor from Ella Lopez. Chloe gets a little jealous that Ella is whispering in Lucifer's ear. He needs Ella to examine the footprint at Uriel's grave. Ella notices someone tried to burn something, so she's going to take that back to her lab and get what that specifically was, or get as much as she can out of what that image was. And Chloe and Lucifer go to a yoga studio. Anyone that raised an eyebrow at Maddie could be the killer. Chloe makes a comment about Lucifer spending a bunch of time with Ella Lopez. The burned paper was a map with Mum, or Charlotte's law firm, logo on it, whatever you want to say. And Mum says that we shouldn't let the blade, we shouldn't had it be in the ground in the first place. So Mum released the blade to get Lucifer's father's attention. This is all her doing. She reached out and got nothing back. And then Lucifer says, humans are dying because of you. She doesn't really care. Help me get the blade back or I'll send Maze over here. Someone took Dan, the douche's pudding, out of the break room fridge. And Chloe asked Dan if Ella Lopez and Lucifer are working together on another case together that she doesn't know about. And Lucifer says that Duncan Watts is our killer. Just a hunch. Amenadiel and Maze search Duncan's office, and they don't find the blade. And then Lucifer and Chloe arrive, and they find Duncan dead. So they didn't search the whole building, just a specific office room, and they see him dead. And 6 other bodies are there as well. So Ella Lopez does her best Dexter Morgan impression and paints a picture of the evidence showing how each of the victims died, if that was the case. Now, my question is that actually what actually happened? Because it wasn't clear to me. I thought that somebody else did all these killings, but apparently we're led to believe that it was Duncan at least the first time, and then everybody else took turns killing everybody else. I don't know. I guess I wasn't paying attention, but I was. And then Jensen Glory might be the one behind all of this. Another session for Lucifer with Dr. Martin. Jensen is now in interrogation, so Lucifer has to go there. Hello, Richard Simmons. Tell me what you want. What do you really, really want? And then Jensen has gained a lot of weight, and that's why he didn't show up at all the things. Maze brings Lucifer some Pop-Tarts. Mrs. Lopez, this is a surprise as she comes to the Lux, and both of the crimes are connected, she tells Lucifer, and she wants to know that he do this. Bring it in. Ella gives Lucifer a hug. Chloe shows up and, of course, sees this, gives her more jealousy vibes, and she even, yeah. And then Corinna, we find out, has killed Jensen. Now, she just killed Jensen and nobody else, right? That's what I think, but sometimes I wonder if I didn't catch everything. She acted in self-defense during this, and apparently he may have sexually assaulted her back in the day. Detective Douche has the blade now, and Lucifer does confess to taking lunches out of the break room, but he didn't know it was the Douche's, even though it was labeled Dan. And he actually attacks Lucifer with the blade. It's like he touched it, and it's like possessing him with like evil thoughts or something like that. And Dan says Dan has strength that Lucifer didn't know he had. And then Lucifer tells Chloe everything she saw with Ella Lopez was work-related. Another visit to see Dr. Linda Martin. He's never been average, he tells Linda. She just remembers she had sex with the devil. Ella wants Lucifer to go to church with her. Oh boy. Mom tells Lucifer and Amenadiel that she wants her family back, and Amenadiel actually agrees with some things she's saying. And Lucifer says the only place he's felt respected was here with the humans. This is my home. Deal with it, Mom. I think he says mother, actually. And then Mom, to end the episode, and I didn't quite hear the beginning of this, but the end of it, she says Amenadiel and a window. She tells Amenadiel a window just opened to the end of the episode. Like, I heard the first part, but it was not clear what words she actually said, so I just wrote the last part down. So, interesting episode. Again, I'm kind of lost on what happened with all the people that were dead. Was that done by the Duncan guy, and then everybody else kind of took turns? I don't know. I'm going to give this episode an 8.4 out of 10. My character of the episode is going to be Ella Lopez. I just felt her very useful in this episode. Lucifer is going to be the male character of the episode. You could give it to Douche, maybe Amenadiel. I don't know. But 8.4 out of 10, that might be a low score. I don't know. I was watching the episode, I swear. But anyway, you've heard what I have to say. Now it's your turn. If you're a fan of Lucifer and want to help me out with the YouTube algorithm, even though sometimes I might not pay attention to things as clearly, make sure that you Hulk smash that like button. Share the video with a friend. Put this video on any one of your social media platforms if you deem it something that you would like to share. Don't forget to sound off in the comment section about what your thoughts are on this episode of Lucifer. What would you score the episode, and whom, if you had to choose, would be your male and female character of the episode? And last, but certainly not least, don't forget to hit that sub button. You're watching the video anyway. Subscribe to the channel, join the team, show your damn support, and be a part of something special. And JDev will return once I figure out what you desire.